I can't stand the thought of you moving on with someone else. The very idea feels unbearable, like something deep inside me is breaking apart. I know I'm the one who gave you reasons to walk away. I made a lot of mistakes, ones I regret more than words can express. But if there's even the smallest chance for me to make things right, to try again, I want to take it. I want to correct the wrongs I committed, not just for you, but for myself too. I didn't fully understand at the time how my actions, especially the constant back and forth, were hurting you. I was caught up in my own confusion, my own pain, and I failed to see yours. That's something I'll always be sorry for. It wasn't until you started pulling away that I really saw it all clearly. You made me see a side of myself that I had been ignoring for a long time. A side that still carries wounds I never allowed myself to heal. Being with you brought those parts of me to light, not because you caused the pain, but because you were the mirror that reflected it. You made me realize how much I still needed to grow. And while that was difficult to face, I'm grateful for it now. I've started to understand that healing isn't about pushing others away or hiding from vulnerability. It's about confronting your fears and choosing to trust, even when it's terrifying. Life without you has felt hollow. There's this emptiness I can't seem to fill, no matter how busy I keep myself or how many distractions I turn to. I miss the way you made everything brighter, more alive. The way your voice could calm my storm or how your presence alone could make a bad day feel manageable. There was something about being close to you that made the world feel less heavy. And without you, that feeling is gone. I've never been good at expressing these things, but the truth is, I feel lost without you. I've been hurt in the past. Betrayed, abandoned, let down by people I thought I could rely on. And those experiences hardened me. They made me wary of letting anyone in, even someone as genuine and open-hearted as you. I thought keeping people at a distance would protect me, but all it did was push away the one person who actually saw me, the real me. You didn't deserve to be shut out. My heart, despite all its fears, keeps turning toward you. It keeps reaching out, hoping you'll still be there, hoping I haven't ruined things beyond repair. There's something about you I just can't let go of. My emotions grow stronger every time I think of you. It's like you've taken root in my mind and heart in a way no one else ever has. I don't even fully understand it myself, why I feel so drawn to you, why the thought of you can stop me in my tracks. But I know it's real. I know it's deep. When I think of you, I feel this surge of emotion, longing, desire, sadness, hope, all tangled together. You stir something in me that no one else ever has. It's not just physical, though there's no denying how much I'm attracted to you. It's emotional. It's spiritual. It's soul level. You excite me and scare me all at once. Being with you felt so incredibly right, but it also forced me to confront parts of myself I'd long buried. You were like a spark, beautiful, radiant, powerful. I felt alive around you in a way that I never have with anyone else. But that kind of intensity, that kind of closeness, can also be terrifying when you've been through what I have. Still, I would rather face all of that fear with you than continue to live this life pretending like I don't care. You're so much more than just beautiful, you're magnetic. People notice it when you walk into a room, but what they don't always see is the depth of your heart, your intelligence, your humor, your strength. I saw those things. I still see them. And I miss them more than I can explain. I miss you more than I can explain. Maybe I don't deserve another chance. Maybe I messed things up too badly. But I hope, with everything in me, that there's still a part of you that believes in us. That still remembers the connection we shared. I know trust doesn't come easy, not anymore, but I want to rebuild it. Slowly, honestly, completely. I want to hear your voice again, to sit beside you and really listen to everything you've been holding in, to everything you still want to say. I want to be the kind of person you can depend on, not the one who let you down. So here I am, laying it all bare, because the truth is simple: I love you. I miss you. And if there's even a fragment of hope left between us, I want to find it. I want to try. I want you to know that I have never truly walked away from you, not in the way it might have seemed. There was never a moment when I chose to separate myself from you completely. What I did was withdraw from the physical realm, the space where we interact in the 3D world, and instead, I chose to connect with you on a deeper, more energetic level. This wasn't about avoidance or detachment, but rather about discovering a more profound layer of our bond, one that exists beyond time, space, and physical limitations. I felt an inner calling to explore the connection we share not just through the senses, but through the soul, through what many would call the 5D, the dimension where energy, intuition, and spirit lead the way. In doing so, I wasn't trying to distance myself from you emotionally or spiritually. Quite the opposite, I was trying to get closer, to feel the truth of what we are at the core. I needed to understand if what we have could transcend the physical, if it could survive, and even thrive, in a space where words aren't spoken, where touch is replaced by vibration, and where presence is felt, not seen. I wanted to feel the purity of our connection without any distractions, expectations, or limitations of the 3D world. I wanted to know if, after the silence, after the stillness, you would still be there, if we would still be there. And you were. You are. As I moved deeper into this energetic space, I found that the connection between us didn't fade, it intensified. It revealed layers I hadn't fully seen before. I began to understand things that once confused me. Thoughts, emotions, and truths that I struggled to explain in the physical realm suddenly flowed with ease in the energetic one. In this 5D space, I could speak to you without fear, without hesitation. I could open my heart and know you were receiving it, even if you couldn't hear me with your ears. The thoughts I couldn't find the courage to say aloud, the emotions I couldn't fully name, were suddenly so clear, so real. I could feel your energy meeting mine, and in those silent conversations, I found a sense of peace I hadn't felt in a long time. What this journey has shown me is that our connection is not limited to this lifetime, to this version of reality, or to this moment in time. It is timeless. It is boundless. It is something our souls agreed upon long before we ever met in the physical. And because of that, no matter how far apart we may seem, no matter how silent things may feel, we are never truly separated. The illusion of distance is just that, an illusion. Timelines may divide us physically, but at a soul level, we remain one. We always have been, and I believe we always will be. You've given me something incredibly precious, a new sense of hope, a renewed purpose, and a deeper understanding of love than I ever imagined possible. You've awakened something in me that I didn't know was asleep. Through this connection, you've shown me not only who you are, but who I am, who we are together. I now see that love doesn't always need constant interaction to be alive. Sometimes, it lives quietly in the space between, growing stronger in the silence, fed by the intention and energy we continue to send one another, even when words are left unspoken. I want you to know that every step I took away from the physical was not to abandon us, but to protect and nurture what we have in a way I didn't yet know how to do in the material world. It was never about losing you, it was about finding a deeper version of us. Now that I've come to understand that, my heart feels ready to meet you again in the physical, not just in passing moments, but fully, intentionally, with presence and purpose. More than ever, I want to fulfill your dream, our shared dream, of being together as a happy couple. Not just in spirit, not just in energy, but here, in this reality too. I want to walk with you, talk with you, laugh with you, grow with you, and build something beautiful together. I want to bring the love we've nurtured in the 5D into the 3D, where we can truly live it out, side by side. Because now I see clearly, this love wasn't meant to exist only in theory or through dreams. It was meant to be lived. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready for us. Your partner is currently witnessing a shift in your behavior. He sees that you're being very defensive, guarded, and hesitant to fully open up. While this might come across as distant or cold, he understands that it stems from pain and disappointment. Deep down, he knows that your walls didn't go up overnight. They're the result of repeated letdowns that have chipped away at the trust you once had in him. He's beginning to grasp the extent of that damage, and it's weighing heavily on his heart. He feels responsible for the emotional distance that now exists between you both, and it hurts him to realize that his actions, or lack thereof, contributed to making you feel emotionally unsafe in the relationship. More than anything, your partner recognizes that you long for a man who shows strength not just physically, but emotionally and mentally too, someone who can take initiative, make decisions confidently, and stand firm in his choices regardless of outside opinions or societal pressure. You want someone who is self-assured, courageous in love, and unafraid to express his truth, even if it's uncomfortable or vulnerable. He knows now that in the past, he failed to embody that version of himself. Instead of stepping up and providing you with stability, clarity, and reassurance, he admits that he often withdrew or acted out in ways that only made things more confusing and painful for you. One of the moments he regrets the most is when he chose to block and ignore you. He understands that it wasn't just a temporary pause or a space to cool off. It was a decision that made you feel invisible, unimportant, and invalidated. In retrospect, he realizes how deeply that action must have hurt you, especially when all you were trying to do was express your genuine emotions and hold space for the relationship. He knows now that you weren't being dramatic or overreacting, you were simply asking to be seen, heard, and valued. Ignoring your feelings was not just wrong, it was emotionally damaging, and it broke something that was once whole and full of promise. Over the past few days, your partner has done a lot of self-reflection. Through this introspection, he's come to recognize how selfish his recent behavior has been. He's becoming aware of the subtle ways he may have tried to manipulate or control the dynamic between you two, not out of malice, but perhaps out of fear, insecurity, or unresolved emotional wounds of his own. Still, he does not want to use his past as an excuse. He understands that being in a relationship requires emotional accountability and the willingness to grow, even when it's uncomfortable. He wants you to know that he sees his faults clearly now. He's not proud of them. In fact, they frustrate and embarrass him. He knows that trust is not something that can be demanded, it has to be rebuilt through consistent actions, openness, and time. And while he understands that forgiveness is not something you owe him, he hopes that someday, you'll be able to see the changes he's trying to make, not just in words but in how he shows up for you and the relationship moving forward. The distance between you two is becoming unbearable for him. Emotionally, it feels like a void that he doesn't know how to cross without your permission. He's been waiting, maybe too passively, for a sign from you, some indication that you're still open to dialogue, still willing to let him in, even if just a little. He doesn't want to force anything, but he also doesn't want to lose what you both once had without trying to make things right. He misses you, your presence, your warmth, your honesty. He misses the connection, even if it's currently clouded by hurt and confusion. In his heart, your partner hopes that this isn't the end of your story. He's beginning to understand the kind of partner you need and deserve. And more importantly, he's realizing that he wants to become that person, not just to win you back, but because he knows it's who he needs to be for himself too. Whether or not you're ready to take a step toward him, he wants you to know that he's here, ready to talk, to listen, and to take real responsibility for the pain he caused. And while he knows he can't erase the past, he's willing to do the hard work to heal what was broken, if you're open to trying again.